Alan the Tutor. This video is a super basic version about algebra, pre-algebra equations. It's really designed for people who have no idea what the heck an equation is, what it looks like, how to solve it, what to do with it. Total mystery. In 4 or 5 minutes, it won't be. Trust me. What's an equation? Well, basically, equal sign in the middle, a bunch of letters and numbers on one side or the other side. This time, in this case, it only has one number, 8. But it could be a combination on this side too. What are you trying to do with an equation? You're trying to find out what that letter means. It's going to mean a number. It's going to be equal to some number. In this case, it's 3. It could be any number. It could be a positive number. It could be a negative number. It could be a decimal. It could be a fraction. Sometimes they use really weird numbers, like the answer could be -17 and 14/50. It really doesn't matter. If you do the steps correctly, and you find out what you think is the answer, there's a way to check it. How do you do that? Well, the details about that are in a different video. But in general, what you do is you take the answer that you figured out. Again, this case is 3. Wherever you see an x over here, because you said x was 3, wherever you see an x, instead of the x, you put the number 3. You replace it. And then after you do that, if you do all this adding, subtracting stuff, it will be equal to 8. That's how you check it, basically. So what's some points about an equation? Well, it has a left side and a right side, equal sign in the middle. Whatever's on this side has to be equal to what's on this side. So in general, let's say you have 4 on both sides of that equal sign, and you want to subtract 1. Well, guess what? You have to subtract 1 on the other side, or it's not equal. Let's say you're starting with 2. Let's say you want to add 1. You have to add 1 on the other side, or guess what? It's not equal anymore. Whatever you're doing on one side, adding or subtracting or multiplying or dividing with whatever number, you have to do the exact same thing on the other side, or guess what? It's not equal anymore. The other important point is, just like when you're reading a book, or writing sentences even more, in English or social studies, when you're writing regular sentences with words, how do you do it? You write from top to bottom, left to right. That's how we were taught to do it, right? In 3rd grade or whatever, 1st grade. It's the same with math. These are like sentences. So you write top to bottom, left to right. The same thing, keep it simple. It's much easier that way, trust me. Now how do you do this? Well, basically, what you want to do is you want to move all the junk on the left side onto the right side, except for x. 1x. Because then when you're done, you know what that x means, what number it's equal to. Now how do you do that? Well, these are steps. This equation has 4 steps. Some have more, some have less. But each time you see a step, one thing was changed. Only one thing. These are numbers. It's arithmetic. What do you do with numbers? You add, subtract, multiply, or divide. That's what you do with numbers. So each time you're changing from step to step, you are adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing one time with one number. That's it. Look how much simpler this looks than that. It's also neater. Simpler, simpler, simpler. And each time you did that, again, you're changing one thing. You are adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing one time with one number. That's it. That's pretty much the basics of equations. I told you it wasn't hard. In other videos coming up, we're showing you details about how to do it. Like there'll be a video on just adding, how to solve an equation with adding. It'll show you the exact numbers to add to do that. There's another one subtraction, another one multiplication, another one with division. Same thing. Take a look. Just what I was talking about. So please be on the lookout for those videos, and I'm actually going to go and start making these for you right now. I'll see you then. Thanks. Alan the Tutor.